Hello and welcome to an extended play of Aliens Colonial Marines. My name is Matt Lees and I'm joined by Steve Burns.
So, hello. Steve, you reviewed this game, right?
I did.
Is it a good game?
It's not a good game.
It's not a good game. Hooray!
Not in any way, shape or form.
So if you just came here to find out that, then yeah, you can leave now. But otherwise, let's find out why it's not a good game.
Well, we'll see as we play on.
But it's got Bishop in it. Bishop from the film.
There's a dropship that's broken. There's the atmospheric processor.
Oh yeah.
It's exploded. There's the moons.
Okay.
You know, it's just got loads of cool kind of alien stuff in it.
They're the moons of Endor, right?
Yeah. If only it was. You know, when you fire the pulse rifle, it makes that cool noise. You know, but these are the easy things to get right in an Aliens game.
Especially with the sound effect, you just copy and paste it, right?
All the work's been done for you. The hard part is the actual game design.
Yeah, because aliens, right? They're like, in the films, obviously you don't see them very often. It's all done with like flashes and darkness.
It's like 6 guys, I think, in Aliens. Like 6 guys in suits to make that unstoppable force. They just, you know, they're very clever about how they cut it and everything. But, yeah, So, we got a motion tracker.
Motion tracker, yeah. I like the fact that there was I think a reviewer of this game which complained about the fact that you had to use a device to see where the aliens were, and why wasn't there a mini-map that just showed you?
Oh.
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the films?
You can't satisfy everyone.
No, you can't, but
I
mean, the aliens did invent the motion tracker, to be absolutely fair. So we're going to find Hadley's Hope, right?
Yep, which is the colony from the second movie. So at this point in the game, we've gone to the Sulaco, the Marines dropship from the second movie, which is somehow back over the colony. We won't tell you why, because it's incredibly stupid.
Spoilers, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's very silly. And then a bunch of PMCs attacked us, causing the ship to crash. So that's right, this is a game called Aliens, based on a franchise about shooting aliens, where you find yourself killing people a lot of the time.
Yeah, I've heard that. I remember seeing that a while ago when I first saw the game running. It was like, why are we shooting loads of people? Is this just a shooter?
One of the things in Aliens that they establish, or Hudson establishes, you know, is that they're intelligent. You know, they do things like cut the lights, and they do work out how to get into the room.
They've worked out how to open doors and stuff. Yeah. I know that's Jurassic Park. But, you know, they're similar. It's fine.
Whereas here, they don't sneak up on you enough. You know, they just run at you and try and give you a hug.
Sure.
So
well, that's nice.
I've got to go and reset the sensor.
It's fine. Just if they come, just stand completely still and they can't see you. I'm pretty sure.
So what's that? Oh no! What is it?
Malfunctioning. That's weird. Guess that's just what happens before something scary happens.
Oh, there they are. Oh.
Oh, damn, bulletproof glass. It always seems like a good idea at the time. And always comes back to bite you. Bite you in the Zeno ass. The problem is, while that gun makes a cool noise, it doesn't really feel that impressive.
And yeah.
That was really bad.
Yeah, and you see, there's no sense of danger in that. You know, like in the movies as well. The thing about having this amazing.
Did you even get hit?
The thing about having this amazing gun is that it's useless because using it will kill you, because the acid will get you. Here, you're like, well, no, I'll just keep on shooting. You know, and I know and then they run towards you. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I guess this is the problem with shooter syndrome, isn't it? You got slashed there by an alien, and you didn't even get any red stuff on the edge of your screen.
No.
You barely took any damage at all.
It's not quite as bad as the 2010 version of AVP, where you had a button, I believe, dedicated to blocking alien attacks, like a parry in Street Fighter 3 or something, which was just abysmal. But, you know, I'm getting attacked, you know, I'm losing health, but I
really want to play Aliens Infestation on the Nintendo DS, because I was saying, wouldn't it be awesome if somebody made an Alien-style game where every time you can die really easily, like all the acid splash back and stuff, that's all real, but then you have like a set number, a squad of people, and every time someone dies, you play as someone else.
Yep.
and then you have to get through with that number of lives. But then at certain points in the game, you'll find a new squads, and you have to. And it basically means you'll have more people, and it'd be like almost like a roguelike if you have to try and push through the game and survive with as many people as possible.
Well,
that's what Aliens Infestation on Nintendo DS is. Sort of, but it's a side-scrolling kind of shooter. But yeah, but why didn't someone make that? Why have they made this? Anyway, that's just me bemoaning the general state of the, the games industry. But yeah, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, why is it running like that? It just wants a hug. You know,
they just don't behave like aliens, do they?
No, and it's very video gamey. Like in the top right-hand corner of the screen, for example, is my XP system. So it's got like a Call of Duty style XP system where I'll rank up in a second, and it completely kills the atmosphere to hear that kind of drum roll, COD style military.
Leveled up.
Yeah, I mean I love that in COD multiplayer, but here this is meant to be a game about pure atmosphere, and it's interrupted all the time. We should also probably say, before we go any further, this is actually the PC version, so...
Ah, yes, that is important. Because this game is available on the PC and the N64. Oh, no, sorry, it's also available on the Xbox 360. But the Xbox 360 version, it has to be said, is a very, very ugly game. Could you perhaps write as a small poem, Steve, in the form of how ugly it is? Or at least just tell us?
I would go for writing a poem, but my heart is broken from it, so I just can't. I can't do anything anymore.
So what does the 360 version look like?
Well, I mean, this doesn't look great. I mean, this looks like a Doom 3 mod. I mean, nothing's really dynamic in any way, shape or form. But the 360 version just looks worse. You know, like how 360 builds of games just do invariably look worse. I think this is playing at, I'm not sure which resolution it is, but it's higher than the ones you would get on consoles.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Even so, I mean, look at the textures.
Yeah, it's one of those things where obviously the game has been in development for 6 years.
Yeah.
And if it had come out when it was probably supposed to come out, i.e. about 4 years ago, because 2 years is kind of fairly standard development time, then it probably would have been quite a decent looking game 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, it has some nice elements to it, but I think most...
Actually, it would have been a lovely looking game 4 years ago, but...
Yeah, I think that most of the elements that make it what it is, and you can't knock it for this because that's the point of the license, but it's someone else's work. This is someone else designed this room. You know, this is exactly the same room from the film. And when it kind of goes to other places, they're a bit more generic and...
Sure.
I mean, I did read that they got Sid Mead, who designed the Sulaco, and really great designer.
Yeah, Sid Mead's an incredible artist.
But to do some of the other stuff, but again, still, it's not... It gets tiresome very quickly, I think.
Sure.
But mainly because there's no sense of wonder in it, and there's no sense of fear, because even if I die, I don't really care here. Like, so I'm dead. It didn't, it never felt like I was overwhelmed there, though, did it? It felt like something just came up behind me while I was shooting. This is towards the end of the game. We've got to get on a fast and light ship to escape. And here we're going to be doing something which just kills the game for me. We'll be fighting other humans.
But do they behave as stupidly as the aliens?
They're worse.
They're worse?
They're worse.
So maybe that's the message that the game is trying to convey, is that really, maybe we're the real monsters.
Well, I mean, Ripley says something to that effect in the movie.
Yeah, she does.
But, so yeah, you've kind of picked up a squad of Marines who you've rescued. And you're like, right, we're going to go into the derelict. I have to turn this off.
Are they flying the derelict then? Is that their
No, they've got their own ship that they're waiting
just have to go through.
Yeah, it's like Wayne and Yutani are the worst bad guys ever.
Yeah, they're not very good, are they?
I love how they leave their brand on everything. I mean, can you imagine if, I mean, it's like Umbrella, right? They're like, no, just make sure there's a giant, just to make sure everyone knows that we did this. We're very proud.
They do a good job of they make most things look above board, and they do a pretty good line in killing anyone who knows otherwise. So I think Weyland-Yutani, as bad guys go, I mean, this game notwithstanding, I think they're pretty decent at being super baddies. It's not like, we're supposed to be playing Dead Space 3. It's like, that's just mental. Like, some of the stuff in that.
So, spoiler alert, as you can probably see by one of the name tags here, Hicks is still alive. There's actually a wonderful moment where, because this is billed as the true sequel to Aliens, but Alien 3 is still canon because they ask him about what happened over Fury 161, I believe, in Alien 3. And he says, yeah, the cryopod did eject and Ripley did go down to the planet, but obviously I wasn't in it. And then amazingly, and this seems like the kind of, the watchword for the whole development, someone asked Hicks, so who was in the cryopod then? And he says, that's a whole nother story, and then just never explains it. So you're like, but that doesn't make any sense. And again, none of this makes any sense. Oh, some face huggers.
This flamethrower is bad.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
that is rubbish. I've had better flames like from a can of Lynx deodorant and lighter. don't do that. I'm joking. Of course, no one's ever done that. It's a bad idea. But no, it's terrible. Yeah, it's so rubbish.
Yeah.
What the flip?
So there's a face hugger on me.
It's a face hugger.
And you can throw it away.
Throw it away.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
As Kane did in the original film. When it jumped on him, he went, oh, come on. And then he hammered X, and then everything was fine. They flew home, and Ripley didn't spend the rest of her life fighting aliens. No, I mean, this is actually the return to... I mean, how long is it... This is the return to the derelict. So this one is a bit more involved. There's, you are fighting.
Oh, but man, I mean, look at the textures on the floor when you light it up. It's just like... This is bad, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you were talking about busy work. It looked there, the way it seemed to work is it made shooting aliens with a flamethrower look like a chore.
And how, I mean...
how can burning aliens with a flamethrower be a chore? It's like, oh, come here then, let's cover you in napalm. All right, you next.
It's impressive in a way. I mean, I don't know how they've done it, but, well, I mean, oh, look, it came out of the wall. And you get the different types of aliens, so that was like the lurker from the first movie.
Sure.
But, yeah, none of this is involving. And look at these explosions. Oh no, I've got a different gun. So I've swapped out the grenade launcher because the explosions were so terrible.
Oh, man.
Let's see if I...
The 2D explosions.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them.
And you get like loads of weapons as well.
Let's see explosion.
So, let's... Oh no, that wasn't... Right, frag grenade.
That's like a banger.
Yeah.
That's like when you cover a coin in caps and throw it on the floor. That is mental.
It's not great, is it?
I have seen like better fireworks at Village Fate nights, It's spectacular.
Yeah, and there is a co-op mode as well, but the co-op mode is just kind of...
just chunks you in,
It's a campaign, so you're just another gun, and it doesn't really change anything. And one of the main problems for me was, in Aliens, in the fiction of like Alien and Aliens, getting separated from your team is just instant death. It's the worst thing that can happen. But in this, if you get too far away from your squad, and by too far I mean 5 meters, 10, you get zapped to them.
Yeah.
So it just removes, like how in Left 4 Dead.
Also, when even when you're playing with another friend, just keep zapping you to the person. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So like in Left 4 Dead, which I love, and I wanted this to be like.
Yeah, imagine if it did that.
That just kills the tension because
you're safe. You can't get left behind. And that was actually what the awesome thing about Left 4 Dead is. It's like there weren't any checkpoints where you could be teleported ahead. It was like if you got left behind, you got left behind.
Yeah. Hence the name of the game. It's just like, but.
I suppose it's one of those things that's a big limitation with the way the games load and the way the games kind of buffer in areas and textures, but still it's pretty weak.
Yeah, it's not.
Especially when the game looks this sort of bad. So, what do we got? Are we almost about to see the cool thing?
I'm not sure the cool thing exists.
Well, I want to see the funny big man in the big chair. The big guy.
The space jockey.
Hey, big man.
Yeah, he...
We cannot move on the Queen. Repeat, we cannot
Oh yeah, and the Queen. Oh, there it is. See?
Oh, it's a Prometheus thing. Maybe that's why the game was delayed. Because the film came out and they said, put that in. And it said, oh, it's going to take us
it's
months.
This is
years.
And yeah. Okay, yeah, so like I was about to say, it's a very video game. Like if you're low on health, like I am, like it will just pop one of those into the world.
Oh, really?
It's just not very sophisticated. Like, and enemies always drop the ammo you kind of need. And the thing about
enemies drop ammo.
Yeah.
What? So the aliens carry ammo?
No, like the human enemies.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Well, that's not. I mean, that's not too bad. But yeah, just dropping it. Does it literally just give you them whenever you need them?
Yeah, pretty much. But the thing with the movies, with the Aliens in particular, is that Hudson gives it the big un about all the weapons, and
sure.
Ripley's like, oh, don't worry, the soldier protect you. But then they lose the dropship and they lose all their weapons, and they do like an inventory of how much they've got left, and they're like, we're boned.
Yeah, we got nothing.
And they have
17 hours.
Yeah.
Not gonna last 17 minutes.
Oh,
well, no, 17.
Was killed.
So he ranked up and died.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so rote.
So this is yeah, just feel
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's a bit weird when you can get. You kind of feel like if you want to get killed, it should happen because you're overwhelmed. Again, Left 4 Dead style. It feels like Left 4 Dead would have been a really good inspiration for this game.
Well, there is a mod for Left 4 Dead where it replaces I believe it replaces the
Starship
zombies.
Troopers, aliens.
No, it's actually like aliens, I think.
Oh,
So it
really?
replaces the common infected with aliens and the tank with a queen alien.
Oh,
so
nice.
just do that. It's free. Just
I
do
love
that.
there's a Starship Troopers mod which makes them Starship Troopers aliens. And actually, I think
Really?
the Starship Troopers aliens in that Left 4 Dead mod are more frightening than the aliens in this.
Yep.
It is spectacular though that they've just managed to make this incredibly dark, foreboding areas and filled it with junk.
And I know, like, obviously, not kind of concentrating on playing it as much as it would be if I was just like straight reviewing it because we're talking and everything. So it died a couple of times, but when I was reviewing it in here with the in this room with the lights off and all of this and all the cool noises, headphones on, just still nothing.
Nothing. No.
Like it's
even stuff like that. It's just if they've made it a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean that's quite a nice touch actually. I like that, but the idea you get knocked down, have to use your pistol. But again, not really.
No.
Not mind blowing, is it? So hang on, no. This is like that's quite cool. So this is the derelict.
Yeah. It's it's a space jockey. And friendly fire. I'm not sure is a thing. in the movie when I can't remember which one of the Marines just gets killed by someone flamethrowing them. No, he's fine.
Don't worry about me. I just fell on my bum. I think I got a bit wet though. Has anybody got a towel?
Yeah, it's.
So I guess it's weird. It's like a museum piece. Obviously you got lots of locations in the game that have been recreated, but it does feel kind of weirdly like you're just like when you're in a game and you're walking through a museum and shooting stuff at the same time. It's kind of nice to look at, but it doesn't really feel integral to anything. It's just background colour.
It's like that kind of ending of Modern Warfare 2, where you can actually go around the museum, and it has little dioramas of moments from the game, and you can press a button and they come to life and try and kill you. That's essentially this game, and stuff like. I know it's an old game, and if the gameplay had been up to scratch, then you would have forgiven it, stuff like this. But why isn't all this on fire when I
set it on fire? And I like the fact that those scientists trapped in the stuff look like teddy bears left on the side.
Yeah.
Hammer X to get aliens off.
Yeah.
You all know how I feel about quick time events anyway, but that's a step too far.
Yeah, and you're also just right there, an alien came up behind me while I was fighting another one. My squad were like, yeah, you handle it, dude. That's fine. I'm making a noise firing my gun, but I'm not actually doing anything.
Do they actually not really do stuff?
In one instance of the game, I left the room while a firefight was going on, came back, and everyone was dead. And I was like, oh, cheers. But the fact that I was surprised tells you everything you probably need to know. But it's just, look at, oh yeah, cool, like, give me all this stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, obviously, what did you give this in the review again?
3.
A 3 out of 10. So yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is it. It's like Call of Duty, right? So here we go. Big set piece. I've got to destroy some AA guns. There's some guys over there. I just can't be bothered to.
And now we're just a crouch and.
Yeah, now we're looking down the sight. What I will say about the game as well is that, especially on 360, it is extraordinarily buggy. As I said in the review, if Ripley and the Marines in the movie had faced this many bugs, none of them would have made it. It's bad. It's really, really bad. The idle enemies. At one point, there's a face hugger in front of me, and it was just chilling out. The human enemies just stopped.
I'm just chilling out. Well, yeah.
Collision problems. You know, guys shooting through like what you would assume to be solid cover, even though you can't see them. Yeah.
My word. Okay, well, so that's Aliens.
Yeah.
Colonial Marines. It's a very bad game.
Yeah.
I'd mostly stay away from it.
Yeah. You know, if you're really into it, wait for about 6 minutes until it's £4 or something.
Yeah, I think
or a Steam sale. But it's just, I mean, to be honest, these sections, they look kind of cool, but when you play them, it's
a trudge. I mean, look at him swanning around there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, who's this guy? Oh, look, thanks, guys. Yeah, you've got my back. You know, and it's an RPG section, so I'm going to have to shoot something. It's just all very uninspired.
Oh dear. So it's been a disappointing start to 2013, especially if you're a sci-fi fan.
Yep.
But don't fear, I'm sure we've got some good stuff coming. In the meantime, what should we go and play instead? What's a good Aliens equivalent?
And again, like we were saying, if you want like a squad-based shooter with a lot of kind of fear and play Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2?
Play get it on Steam. It's probably they'll probably pay you to take it now. Get some good mods and go.
That's it. In conclusion, if you like the look of this game, don't buy it. Buy something else. Anyway, I'm Matt Lees, joined by Steve Burns, and thank you very much for watching our Aliens Colonial Marine Extended Play.
Thank you.